You know, nature makes you present like that.
And that's what I love about nature is it's completely unbiased as well. Like if that whale wanted to have a snack, then, you know, it's not looking at you going, oh no, but that's a famous person, I've got to leave him alone. Or it just, you are at one with Mother Nature. We're in the middle of the ocean. There's nothing we could do. And we just were able to enjoy, somewhat maybe like being in the cave, like you were saying. It was just about us and this whale. My brother and I were holding hands. But then as soon as it presented itself to us, any stress just dissipated. And it was just this unbelievable experience. And it was so leveling. It was so humbling that it makes me feel like I can take on certain things. So honestly, even thinking about the experience now, my heart is racing.
Yeah, I can imagine.
Yeah, it was wild. Yeah, it was a cool experience. That's
unbelievable. That's an incredible experience. And it is different from the cave though, because I do think it's different when you're with another living being.
Sure.
And so that's what I found. Like my closest experience to what you're talking about is I went trekking looking for mountain gorilla in Rwanda last year.
Oh, that's
Have you been?
Top of my list. I would love to do that.
Okay, yeah, we should do it. I would do that again any day because it was unbelievable. So you're not, again, these gorillas are not like in a park or something.
No.
They're mountain gorilla. They're in their world. And you go and look for them and there's no tagging devices or any tech. There's people who have watched the gorilla for so many years that they know where their droppings are, they know where families hang out, they know what their routines are. So depending on what time you're going out, there's someone who's just around them who's calling their friend, calling your guide saying, walk this way.
This is where you got to go.
Exactly.
Right.
Just to make it very, very clear that, you know, the gorilla is being treated very well. So you're literally looking around and you could be on the lookout for them for like 2 to 6 hours.
Wow.
You may not find them. You're just hiking.
See, I love that, that you might not find them.
Yeah, you might not find them. So we found them in 2 hours. One group that we heard about, because you go in smaller groups of like 10. The other group that we were friends with, they took 8 hours to find gorillas, but they saw them too. And when I went, I was kind of like, oh, we're going to see one gorilla or whatever. Like they're going to be far away. Like I was a bit skeptical because I didn't know how it was going to be. And it was incredible because we looked around for 2 hours and I'll show you the video afterwards, but we just saw them like hanging out, kind of like how I'm looking at everyone here, just hanging out still. And then all of a sudden they all started walking together and there was a family of 20 gorillas.
Wow.
And you've got 2 silverbacks that are like, you know, they're like, their fists are like, like just huge.
Slap you and you're gone.
Yeah, exactly. And it was really interesting because the guides who were there with us, they said to us that when you go close to them, kind of like, and this is why I remembered it and why I'm telling you, it's because when you were talking about the way the whale looked at you, and it was kind of like, you knew it wasn't going to eat you.
Yeah.
And so they were saying that when you get close to these gorillas, the only thing you can't do is you can't touch their kids and you can't touch them. Yeah. And so you can't drop something near their kids and then try get it back because they'll think you're trying to harm their kids.